So I'm gonna start off by saying that you probably shouldn't watch this video if you're triggered by topics such as NSFW, zoophilia, and sexual harassment. I'm going to say just first off here that this isn't really a call-out post, and it's not an invitation for anyone to go and harass the person in question. This is just a video to raise awareness because, you know, it's really not been talked about that much. I think it's important to bring up, especially since this user has been gaining lots of subscribers recently, and they have a small yet growing fan base. The user in question is currently known as Kitty Icha, who I will be calling Kitty for the rest of the video. They have also gone on other names in the past, such as Waffles, Kitsmo, and Lemon Silly, and most of the screenshots taken were from when their username was Kitsmo. The first thing I'm going to bring up is the NSFW content they have been making and posting publicly. There are some things that I don't have proof of, as they are now deleted, but I do have screenshots of a video where they drew their character doing the Anka dance, and they also made a YouTube short of them attempting the dance in real life. They have also posted what I can assume is cropped NSFW art on their DeviantArt account, and they have also created not safe for work ASMR videos on their alt account. They made a community post claiming that this was their alt account and also admitting that they had uploaded NSFW videos on there, which wouldn't be a problem if not for the fact that they're 13 years old. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about might take up a lot of the video because it's a long video and there's a lot of things to say about it. So 5 months ago, Kitty created a video in which they voice their opinions on those who identify as Zeromantics.
So, my opinion in short answer is I don't hate Zeromantics. I'm really sorry. Okay, I don't hate them, but listen, I found that there's a difference between zoophiles and Zeromantics, okay? Because a zoophile is a person who, actually does sexual things with an animal and hurts the animal, which I'm not okay with. Please get out of my face if that's the case. But, if you're a Zeromantic, you aren't hurting anyone. And I feel like a lot of people kind of cough it up to be something a lot worse. And I'm not a Zeromantic myself. I do have a past with being a zoophile, which is a really different thing in my opinion.
It does not come down to opinions, especially since we are talking about a sensitive subject. I will say it outright, Zeromanticism is inherently zoophilic. Why? Because having any sexual or romantic attraction to animals is not natural, and that is what we call a paraphilia. Being attracted to animals is not the same as a man being attracted to another man. Also, Zeromanticism is typically where zoophilia starts, and to support or not have a problem with those who identify as such is enabling them. This does not mean you have to harass or witch hunt anyone who identifies as a Zeromantic, but this also does not mean that you should enable this kind of behavior. The way they talk about Zeromantics in this video shows a very surface level understanding of such a topic. It doesn't only come down to, oh, animals don't understand relationships, therefore it's not harmful. The rest of this video is kind of just them talking in circles. There is a point where they compare it to being a pedophile.
I wasn't gonna address this in the video, but I do also want to state my opinion on MAPs. I don't have a very good opinion on MAPs, mostly because children don't understand what a relationship is at a very young age. And I'm not saying that animals understand it, they don't. But they also don't know what's even going on, so it's not really that big of a deal for Zeromantics. But minorly attracted people, I'm not saying pedophile, I'm saying minorly attracted people, even people who don't even do sexual things with kids.
They specifically try to draw the line between sexual and romantic attraction when it comes to paraphilias, which is really weird to me. Identifying as a MAP slash minor attracted person is inherently pedophilic. It is a term specifically made by pedophiles in an attempt to gain acceptance by pushing themselves into the LGBTQ plus community. They go on to say that children don't understand relationships, which is true, but this was similar to their point as to why Zoromanticism should be accepted, claiming that it's okay because the animals don't understand relationships. This is a near instant contradiction of the point they were trying to make in the video. They're comparing the two, pointing out the similarities, yet claiming that one is not as bad as the other, despite one being shunned for the same reason that the other should be accepted. It really shows how little they know of the topic at hand.
First of all, that's illegal. Like, nothing in the law says you can't date an animal. Nothing in the law says anything about an animal, you know, as long as you're not doing sexual things with that side of the animal. But the law does say stuff about minors, so that's what I'm gonna say, is that that's illegal. Don't do that. And the kid doesn't know what's going on.
This is just a really weak argument. In some regions, it is not actually illegal for an adult to date a child, but does that mean it's okay? No! Just because it isn't illegal doesn't mean that it isn't immoral, and this is also the case for Zeromantics. So this part of the video is mostly just me talking about a bunch of smaller details that are still worth bringing up, I'd say, but aren't really, you know, big enough to make a whole category for it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is that Kitty has copied another animator's event video. I'll play them side by side here. On the topic of vents, Kitty has also what I assume to be copied one of Kitty Dog's vent OCs. The next and last thing I'm going to bring up in the video is their really weird comments toward a certain YouTuber. There are a lot of instances of this, but I'm just gonna show the ones that I thought were the weirdest. I'm going to say again, not to witch hunt or harass or do any of that kind of stuff towards this person. And like I said at the beginning, this isn't a call out, it's an awareness video, and there's a difference. I want their fans to know who they are supporting, especially since they've gained a lot of subscribers, like rapidly, the past few months. That's about all. Bye.